Hey guys, welcome back, and it's time for AWS Certificate Practice Question and Answer session. This session covers various practice questions followed by detailed explanation of their answers. The list of questions will help you in preparing for AWS Certificate Solution Architect exam. So before I start with today's practice session, I would request you all to do subscribe to our channel and do share this video with your friends who are actually preparing for AWS Solution Architect exam. So before I deep dive into the practice session, let me talk about today's agenda. So the session begins with an introduction to AWS, that is Amazon Web Services, followed by an introduction to AWS Solution Architect exam. That includes exam cost, format, and the number of questions you are required to take in your exam. So let's get started with what is Amazon Web Services or AWS. The term AWS stands for Amazon Web Services, and it is the world's most comprehensive and broadly adopted cloud computing platform. It offers 200 fully featured services from data centers globally. Millions of customers, including the fast growing startups, large enterprises, and leading government agencies, are using AWS to lower operating costs, become more agile, and innovate faster. Lastly, AWS is highly reliable, scalable, and low-cost infrastructure platform in the cloud computing space. Now let's deep dive into one of the important AWS certificate, that is AWS Solution Architect exam. The AWS Certified Solutions Architect exam is intended for individuals who perform in a solution architect role. The exam validates a candidate's ability to design secure and robust solutions by using AWS technologies. It also validates individual hands-on experience in designing and deploying cloud architecture on AWS. Now let's talk about the different categories of AWS Certified Solution Architect exam. Now, as you know, there are many reasons to get certified in AWS technology. First of all, AWS certificates validate your AWS cloud knowledge and cloud expertise to grow your career and business. AWS certification is divided into four different categories. First one is foundational, second one is associate, third one is professional, and fourth one is specialty. AWS Solution Architect Associate exam is dedicated for individuals who are working as a solution architect, designing AWS solution using AWS services. Then you have AWS Solution Architect Professional exam, and it is intended for individual with 2 or more years of hands-on experience designing and deploying cloud architecture on AWS. Now let's talk about the format of the exam. So in both cases, that is AWS Certified Solution Architect Associate and Professional, the exam pattern is same. You're going to get multiple choice question, and in some cases you'll get multiple response questions where you have to select more than 2 correct answers. The Solution Architect Associate exam is broken down into 4 different domains. First one is Design Resilience Architecture, second one is Design High Performing Architectures, third one is Design Secure Application and Architecture, and the last one is Design Cost Optimized Architecture. The length of the exam is 130 minutes and the cost of the exam is $150, and you're going to get 65 questions in your exam. Your result for the exam are reported as a scale score of 100 to 1000 points, and the minimum passing score is 720 points. Similarly, the Solution Architect Professional exam is divided into 5 different domains. First one is Design for Organizational Complexity. Second one is Design for New Solution. Third one is Migration Planning. Fourth one is Cost Control. Fifth one is Continuous Improvement. Again, the length of the exam is 180 minutes and the cost of the exam is $300, and you're going to get 75 questions in your exam. Again, your result for the exam are reported as a scale score of 100 to 1000. The minimum passing score is 750 points. Now let's get started with our practice question answer session. So the first question is, what are the advantages of using Amazon Web Services, that is AWS Cloud? So option 1 is AWS is responsible for security in the AWS cloud. Option 2, no long-term contract is required. Third one is agility to provision new servers in days. And the last option is AWS manages user application in the AWS cloud. The correct answer is that you don't need a long-term contract to use Amazon Web Services. You only pay for compute power, storage, and other resources that you use to host your application. How can customer purchase Amazon EC2 capacity that is unused at a discounted price? And your options are reserved instances, on-demand instances, dedicated instances, and the last one is spot instance. The correct answer is spot instance. Amazon EC2 spot instance let you take advantage of unused EC2 capacity in the AWS cloud. Spot instances are available up to a 90% discount as compared to on-demand prices. You can use Spot Instance for various stateless, fault-tolerant, or flexible applications such as big data, CI/CD web servers, high-performance computing, test and development workloads. What are the characteristics that make AWS cost-effective for workload with dynamic user demands? The options are elasticity, high availability, the share security model, pay-as-you-go pricing, and the last one is reliability. The correct answer is elasticity and pay-as-you-go pricing. So whenever an application workload change, elasticity give application the ability to scale to provision the right amount of computing resources. This approach is cost effective and does not waste resources. And in pay-as-you-go pricing model, there is no need to purchase resources. When this model is paired with elasticity, it provides the right amount of application resources without providing access capacity. An enterprise is developing a cloud-based application that will be hosted on AWS. There are changes that needs to be made to an application and the underlying infrastructure. What aspect of AWS Cloud would meet this specific requirement? And the options are elasticity, reliability, agility, and performance. Well, the correct answer is agility. Agility is the ability to deploy resources such as computing, storage, or database within short span of time. What are the benefits of using the AWS cloud for companies with customers in many countries across the world? The options are company can deploy applications in multiple AWS regions to reduce latency. Amazon Translate automatically translate third-party website interface into multiple languages. Amazon CloudFront has multiple edge locations around the world to reduce latency. And the last one is elastic load balancing can distribute application web traffic to multiple AWS regions around the world, which reduce latency. The correct answer is company can deploy application in multiple AWS regions to reduce latency. The use of regions around the world will improve an application global performance and reduce latency to users. And the second correct answer is Amazon CloudFront has multiple edge locations around the world to reduce latency. CloudFront is basically a content delivery network service that securely delivers data, video, applications, and APIs to global customers with low latency and high transfer speed. Which of the following are required element of an auto scaling group? And you have to select two correct answers. So the options are minimum size, health check, desired capacity, and launch configuration. The correct answer is minimum size and launch configuration. So in case if you want to create an auto scaling group, then you need to define minimum size and launch configuration. Health check and desired capacity are optional. How does the AWS cloud achieve high availability? The options are consulting AWS technical support at any time of the day by ensuring that an application remains accessible even if a resource fail, make any AWS services available for use by paying on demand, and deploying application only on EC2 instances. High availability in AWS ensure that an application remains accessible even if a resource fail. High availability architecture is designed to have no single point of failure. So the correct answer is B. So this is a scenario based question. So let me read out the scenario for you and then probably I'll talk about the question followed by the options. So let's say you're working as a solution architect for a health insurance service company that want to start building and supporting IoT devices for patients who recently signed new clause in the contract. This will open opportunities to expand its market but also introduce some restriction. All services and data involved in the entire process have to guarantee HIPAA compliance. And in-transit data should be encrypted and high sensitive data should not flow through internet. The architecture already uses elastic load balancer. Now the question is, in order to address this challenge, what combination of services would be the most effective? And your options are Amazon Elastic Load Balancer, Amazon IoT, and Amazon Route 53 configured with geolocation or latency routing policies. This requires an interface endpoint that is private link for Route 53 to stay inside the AWS backbone. Option 2, AWS Elastic Load Balancer, AWS IoT, and AWS Global Accelerator, which provision two Anycast static IP addresses. Option 3, AWS Elastic Load Balancer, AWS IoT, and Amazon Route 53 configured with geolocation or latency routing policies. This does not require an interface that is private link because Route 53 is inside the AWS backbone. And the last one is AWS Elastic Load Balancer, AWS IoT, and AWS Global Accelerator, which provision one Anycast static IP address. The correct answer is AWS Elastic Load Balancer, AWS IoT, and AWS Global Accelerator, which provision two Anycast static IP addresses. A legacy financial institution is planning for a huge technical upgrade so that they can fulfill the aspiration of becoming a global company. The underlying infrastructure depends heavily on using caching solution. Now the question is, which one of the following service does not fit into the caching solution? The options are Amazon Elastic Cache for Redis, Amazon Elastic Cache for Memcache, Amazon DynamoDB Accelerator. The last one is Amazon EC2 Memory Optimized. The correct answer is option D because it supplements the setup of your own caching mechanism, and that is not the preferred solution in the present scenario. Apart from that, option A, B, and C help in building a high-speed data storage layer that store a subset of data. The data is typically transient in nature, so the future request will be served faster as compared to the data which was stored in primary storage location. Which of the following is not a part of AWS Elastic Beanstalk functionality? And the options are notify the account user of language runtime platform changes, display event per environment. Third one is show instant status per environment. And the last one is perform automatic changes to AWS identity and access management policies. Now, the correct answer is option D, that is, Elastic Beanstalk cannot make automated changes to the policies attached to the service role and instance role. Which AWS cloud service can simple Active Directory, that is simple AD, use to authenticate user? And your options are Amazon WorkDoc, Amazon Cognito, Amazon EC2, and Amazon S3. The correct answer is option A. That means that simple AD can be used to authenticate users of Amazon WorkDoc. Option B, C, and D are incorrect because Amazon Cognito is an identity provider and you cannot use simple AD to authenticate users on Amazon EC2 or Amazon S3. What are the methods for reducing the cost of running Amazon EC2 instance? and you have to select two correct options. So the options are spot instance for stateless and flexible workload. Then you have memory optimized instance for high compute workloads. After that, you have on-demand instance for high cost and sustained workloads. Reserved instance for sustained workloads. And the last one is spend limit set by using AWS budgets. The correct answer is option A and option D. Spot instance use spare EC2 capacity, and spot instance are available at up to 90% discount as compared to on-demand prices. You can use spot instance for various stateless, fault-tolerant, and flexible applications. Apart from that, reserved instance provide you with a significant saving on your EC2 cost as compared to on-demand instance prices when you commit for a long-term purchase of EC2 instances. You can purchase a reserved instance for a 1 year or 3 year commitment. The 3 year commitment to purchase a reserved instance offer a large discount. Which Amazon service help users to determine whether an application running on Amazon EC2 instance has enough CPU capacity? And your options are Amazon CloudWatch, Amazon Config, Amazon CloudTrail, Amazon Inspector, and last one is Amazon Log Analytics. The correct answer is Amazon CloudWatch. It monitors AWS resources and the application that run on AWS in real time. For example, you can monitor CPU utilization, disk input output, network utilization for an EC2 instance that hosts an application. What are the benefits of pay-as-you-go pricing model for Amazon Web Services? The options are reduce capital expenditure, require payment upfront for AWS services, is relevant only for Amazon EC2, Amazon S3, and Amazon RDS. And the last one is reduce operational expenditure. The correct answer is reduce capital expenditure. The fraud detection department in a financial company is using Amazon Web Services to host its application. The application requirement is to transfer data from their POS compliant file system, Lustre, to Amazon S3 bucket. Which of the following statement satisfy the requirements? The options are AWS Data Sync is natively integrated with Lustre file system. Create a data sync task with the EFS file system as the source location and the S3 bucket as the destination location. Option 3. Amazon FSx for Lustre integrate natively with Amazon S3. Amazon FSx for Windows file server take highly durable backup stored in S3. And the last one is if you link your Amazon FSx for Lustre to an Amazon S3 data lake, your content will appear as an object as soon as the attached block storage is available. The correct answer is option 2 because there is a native integration of Amazon FSx for Lustre with Amazon S3. When the free tier of AWS Lambda has been exhausted, how does AWS charge for its usage? And you have to select two correct answers. And your options are by the time it takes for the Lambda function to run, by the number of version of a specific Lambda function, by the number of requests made to a given Lambda function, by the programming language that is used for the Lambda function, by the total number of Lambda function in an AWS account. The correct answer is option A and option C, and the reason behind that is that Lambda charges are dependent on the amount of time it takes to run the code. Additionally, Lambda charges are dependent on the number of requests for your Lambda function. A company is planning to purchase Amazon EC2 instances directly from Amazon. What are the different contract terms available? And you have to select two correct answers. And your options are 6 months, 1 year, 3 years, 4 years, and 5 years. And the correct answer is 1 and 3 years. So you can purchase a reserved instance directly from Amazon for 1 year or 3 year commitment. The 3 year commitment often has a large discount. Complete the sentence. Fault tolerance refer to, and your options are the ability of an application to accommodate growth without changing the design. How well and how quickly an application environment can have lost data restored. How secure your application is, and the last option is the built-in redundancy of an application component. The correct answer is the built-in redundancy of an application component. And you must know that built-in redundancy is the core principle of fault-tolerant system. What are the pillars of AWS Well Architect framework? And you have to select two correct answers. First one is multiple availability zones, performance efficiency, security, encryption usage, and high availability. The correct answer is performance efficiency and security. And these are the two important pillars of Well Architect framework. In a company, there is an application that has dependencies between its underlying components. When one component fails, the entire application fails. Can the current weakness of an application be addressed by implementing an AWS Cloud Design Principle? And your options are implement elasticity, which enable the application to scale up or scale down as demand changes. Enable several Amazon EC2 instances to run in parallel to achieve better performance. Decouple components by isolating them and ensuring that individual components can function when other component fails. Double Amazon EC2 compute resources to increase system fault tolerance. The correct answer is option C. You can decouple an application into component application or microservices to isolate parts of the application. A failure in a component does not cause a failure of the entire application. This solution also presents opportunities to scale the subcomponent independently. Which architecture design principle applies to the concept of right-sizing the AWS cloud infrastructure? And your options are scale horizontally for increasing workload availability, optimize for cost, make frequent, small, reversible changes, perform operations as code. The correct answer is option B. You should use matrices from the current running workload to select the right size and type to optimize for cost. The solution is one of the best practice on the cost optimization pillar for the well-architected framework. An Amazon RDS database instance is deployed in multiple availability zones. According to the AWS Well Architect framework, this strategy involves which pillar? And your options are performance efficiency, reliability, cost optimization, and security. The correct answer is reliability. The reliability pillar includes the ability of a workload to perform its intended function correctly and consistently when it is expected to do so. The deployment of Amazon RDS in multiple availability zone supports the goal of reliability because it reduces single point of failures. What is the responsibility of AWS in the shared responsibility model? And the options are updating the network ACLs to block the traffic to vulnerable ports, patching operating system running on Amazon EC2 instance, updating the firmware on the underlying Amazon EC2 host, updating the security group rules to block traffic to the vulnerable ports. The correct answer is option C, that is updating the firmware on the underlying Amazon EC2 host. It is the responsibility of AWS to update the EC2 host where the instance runs. According to AWS shared responsibility model, which of the following activity is the customer's responsibility? And you have to select two correct answers. First one is patching operating system components for Amazon Relational Database Service, that is Amazon RDS, encrypting data on the client side, configuring network access control list, that is ACL, maintaining environment control within a data center. The correct answer is option B and D. Customers are actually responsible for data management, including encryption option, asset classification, and the use of IAM's tools to apply the appropriate permissions. And customers are also responsible for the configuration of AWS provided security controls, including the security group and network ACLs. An organization has installed several relational databases on an Amazon EC2 instances. Each month, the database software vendor releases additional security patches for the database. How can I apply the security patch in the most efficient way? And your options are: connect to each database instance on a monthly basis and download and apply the necessary security patch from the vendor. Enable automatic patching for the instance by using Amazon RDS console. In AWS config, configure a rule for the instance and required patch level. And the last one is use AWS System Manager to automate database patching according to a schedule. The correct answer is use AWS System Manager to automate database patching according to a schedule. A company plans to migrate an application workload to the AWS cloud. Which control is the responsibility of AWS after the migration is complete? The options are: patch the guest operating system, maintain physical and environmental control, identify and protect personal identification information, that is PII, patch customer owned application and customer created applications. And the correct answer is maintain physical and environmental control, because they are part of security of AWS cloud, and this task is the responsibility of AWS. Which AWS service support encryption by default? And your options are Amazon Redshift, Amazon RDS, Amazon S3 Glacier, Amazon Elastic File System, that is Amazon EFS. The correct answer is Amazon S3 Glacier, because S3 Glacier enables encryption by default. Which AWS service help users to maintain contractual and regulatory compliance requirement for the data security by using dedicated hardware application within the AWS cloud? Your options are number 1, AWS Security Manager, AWS Cloud HSM, AWS Key Management Service, AWS Directory Service. The correct answer is AWS Cloud HSM. It helps you to comply with the corporate, contractual, and regulatory compliance requirement for data security by using dedicated hardware security module, that is HSM, within the AWS cloud. You have an application running on Amazon Elastic Compute Cloud, that is Amazon EC2, that needs read-only access to several AWS services. What is the best way to grant that application permission only to a specific set of resources within your account? And your options are: use API credentials derived based on the AWS account, launch the EC2 instance into an AWS identity and access management role and attach the read-only IAM manage policy. Declare the necessary permission as a statement in the AWS SDK configuration file on the EC2 instance. Launch the EC2 instance into an IAM role with custom IAM policies for the permission. The correct answer is option D. You must use the custom IAM policies to configure the permission to a specific set of users in your account. The read-only access IAM policy restrict write access but grant access to all the resources within your account. A user need to automatically discover, classify, and protect sensitive data stored in Amazon S3. Which AWS service can meet these requirements? The options are Amazon Inspector, Amazon Macie, Amazon Guard Duty, AWS Secret Manager, and the correct answer is Amazon Macie. It is an automated security assessment service that helps improve the security and compliance of an application deployed on AWS. Which service enable customers to audit and monitor changes in AWS resources? And your options are AWS Trusted Advisor, Amazon Guard Duty, Amazon Inspector, and AWS Config. The correct answer is AWS Config. It is a service that enables you to assess, audit, and evaluate the configuration of your AWS resources. Which AWS service provide a quick and automated way to create and manage AWS accounts? And your options are Amazon QuickSight, Amazon Lightsail, Amazon Organization, and Amazon Connect. The correct answer is AWS Organization. It helps you centrally manage and govern your environments as you grow and scale your AWS resources. Using AWS Organization, you can programmatically create new AWS account, allocate resources, group accounts to organize your workflows, and apply policies to account or group for governance, and simplify billing by using a single payment method for all of your accounts. Which of the following allows an application running on an Amazon EC2 instance to securely write data to an Amazon S3 bucket without using long-term credentials? And your options are Amazon Cognito, AWS Shield, IAM Roles, IAM User Access Key. And the correct answer is IAM Roles. An IAM role that is assigned to an EC2 instance is an instance profile. The IAM policies that are associated with the role grant the instance access to the AWS services that are defined in the policy. Which credential component are required to gain programmatic access to AWS account? And you have to select two correct answers. And your options are an access key ID, a primary key, a secret access key, a user ID, and a secondary key. The correct answer is an access key ID and a secret access key. And both of these credential components are assigned to an AWS user. You are changing your application to take advantage of the elasticity and cost benefit provided by AWS auto scaling. To do this, you must move your session state information from the individual Amazon EC2 instance. Which of the following AWS cloud services is best suited as an alternative for storing session state information? And your options are Amazon DynamoDB, Amazon Redshift, AWS Storage Gateway, Amazon Kinesis. The correct answer is Amazon DynamoDB. It is a NoSQL database and it is a good alternative because of its scalability, high availability, and durability characteristics. Many platforms provide open source drop-in replacement libraries that enable you to store native sessions in DynamoDB. It is a suitable candidate for a session storage solution. What can be done to improve the security of access to AWS Management Console? And you have to select two correct answers. So your options are configure AWS Certificate Manager. Second one is enable multi-factor authentication. Third one is use Amazon Cognito to manage access. Fourth one is configure a strong password policy. And the last one is enable AWS organization. The correct options are enable multi-factor authentication and configure a strong password policy. Which AWS security mechanism can be used to restrict or permit access to resources within a VPC or virtual private network? And there are two options that you have to select. And your options are network ACLs, electric network interface, route table, security group, or VPC flow logs. The correct answer is network ACL and security group. A network ACL is an optional layer of security for your VPCs that act as a firewall for controlling traffic in and out of one or more subnets. A security group acts as a virtual firewall for your instance to control inbound and outbound traffic. Which of the following can an AWS customer use to launch a new Amazon RDS cluster? And your options are Amazon EC2 auto scaling, Amazon EC2 instance, AWS Cloud Formation, Amazon Simple Storage Service that is Amazon S3, AWS Cloud Console. And your correct answer is AWS Cloud Formation and AWS Management Console. CloudFormation is a service that helps set up AWS resources such as Amazon RDS DB instance. It takes care of provisioning and configuring the resources. On the other hand, the console makes it easy to find new AWS service, configure service, and view service usage. Which AWS service helps to automate common administrative tasks and perform one-time configuration changes to scale on Amazon EC2 instance. And your options are AWS System Manager, AWS CloudTrail, AWS Formation, and AWS Config. And the correct answer is AWS System Manager. You can use System Manager to remotely and securely manage the configuration of your managed instance. A managed instance is an EC2 instance or an on-premise machine in your hybrid environment that has been configured for System Manager. With System Manager, you can automate common administrative tasks and perform one-time configuration changes at scale. When using Amazon Redshift, which node do you use to run your SQL queries? And your options are compute node, cluster node, master node, and leader node. The correct answer is leader node because it acts as the SQL endpoint and it receives queries from the client application, parse those queries, and develop a query execution plan. On the other hand, compute nodes execute the query execution plan, which AWS service allow user to provision infrastructure as code. And your options are AWS Code Build, AWS Cloud Formation, AWS Organization, AWS Code Commit. The correct answer is AWS Cloud Formation. It is an infrastructure as code service that allow you to easily model, provision, and manage AWS and third-party resources. So as you know that cloud resources are easier to deploy and they are generally charged based on the usage. Your organization is trying to set up the good governance rules to manage the cost of usage. They are currently focusing on controlling and restricting Amazon EC2 instance deployment. Which of the following is an effective recommendation from your side? So first option is seek approval from cost engineering team before deploying any EC2 instance. Use AWS identity and access management policies to enable engineers to deploy EC2 instance only when specific mandatory tags are used. Review Amazon CloudWatch matrices to optimize the resource utilization. And the last one is use AWS Cost Explorer usage and forecasting reports. The correct answer is option B, that is usage of AWS identity and access management policies. You can use tags to control permission, and by using IAM policies, you can enforce the tags to gain precise control over the resources, ownership, and accurate cost allocation. A cloud practitioner is developing a disaster recovery plan and intends to replicate data between multiple geographic areas. Which component of AWS Cloud should the company use to meet these requirements? And your options are AWS Account, AWS Region, Availability Zones, and Edge Location. And the correct answer is AWS Region. A region is a name set of AWS resources in the same geographic location, and a region include at least two availability zones. A company is planning to launch an e-commerce website in a single AWS region to a worldwide user base. Which AWS service will allow the company to reach customers and provide low latency and high transfer speed? And you have to select two correct answers. So your options are Application Load Balancer, AWS Global Accelerator, AWS Direct Connect, AWS CloudFront, and AWS Lambda. And the correct answer is AWS Global Accelerator and AWS CloudFront. AWS Global Accelerator is used to send user traffic through the AWS Global Network infrastructure. Global Accelerator improve your internet user performance by up to 60%. And on the other hand, CloudFront is a fast content delivery network, that is CDN service, that securely deliver data, video, application and APIs to customer globally with low latency and high transfer speed. What are the advantages of deploying an application with Amazon EC2 instance in multiple availability zones? And you have to select two correct answers. And your options are: prevent a single point of failure, reduce the operation cost of the application, allow the application to serve across regions, user with low latency, increase the availability of the application, and increase the load of the application. And your correct answer are: prevent a single point of failure and increase the availability of an application. Availability zones are designed for physical redundancy and to provide resilience with uninterrupted performance. Which AWS services can be used to provide network connectivity between an on-premises network and a VPC? And your options are: Amazon Route 53, AWS Direct Connect, AWS Data Pipeline, AWS VPN, and Amazon Connect. And the correct answer is AWS Direct Connect and AWS VPN. Which AWS service reduces latency for static website running on AWS? And your options are AWS Lambda, Amazon CloudFront, Amazon S3 Transfer Acceleration, AWS Data Pipeline. And the correct answer is Amazon CloudFront. CloudFront is a content delivery network with edge locations around the globe. Is there a service that allows a company to connect their AWS environment directly to their internal network without relying on internet? And your options are VPC pairing, Amazon Connect, an egress only internet gateway, AWS Direct Connect. And the correct answer is AWS Direct Connect. It provides a direct and private access from on-premise to the AWS cloud. Your company stores critical document in Amazon S3, that is Amazon Simple Storage Service, but it want to minimize the cost. Most documents are used actively for about 1 month, and after that they are used less frequently. However, all data need to be available within minutes when requested. How can you meet these requirements? And your options are: migrate the data to Amazon S3 Reduce Redundancy Storage, that is RRS, after 30 days. Migrate the data to Amazon S3 Glacier after 30 days. Migrate the data to Amazon S3 Standard Infrequent Access after 30 days. And the last one is turn on versioning and then migrate the older version to Amazon S3 Glacier. The correct answer is option C, that is migrating the data to Amazon S3 Standard Infrequent Access after 30 days using a lifecycle policy. The lifecycle policy will automatically change the storage class for object age over 30 days. So this will help you in reducing the cost. The standard infrequent access storage class is for data that is accessed less frequently but still required rapid access when needed. A company is currently using Amazon Relational Database Service, that is Amazon RDS. However, they are retiring a database that is currently running. They have automatic backups enabled on the database. They want to make sure that they retain the last backup before deleting the Amazon RDS database. As a lead developer on the project, what should you do? And your options are: delete the database, as Amazon RDS automatic backups are already enabled. Create a manual snapshot before deleting the database. Use the AWS Database Migration Service, that is AWS DMS, to backup the database. And the last one is SSH into Amazon RDS database and perform a SQL dump. The correct answer is option B, because automatic backups do not retain the backup after the database is deleted. Which of the following AWS cloud services can be used to run a customer managed relational database? And your options are Amazon EC2, Amazon Route 53, Amazon Elastic Cache, Amazon DynamoDB. And the correct answer is Amazon EC2 instance because it provides a virtual computing environment that can host a wide variety of applications including relational database. Which of the following AWS features enable a user to launch a pre-configured Amazon EC2 instance? And your options are Amazon Elastic Block Storage, that is Amazon EBS, Amazon Machine Image, that is AMI, Amazon EC2 System Manager, and the last one is Amazon AppStream 2.0. And the correct answer is Amazon Machine Image, that is AMI. AMI provide the information needed to launch an EC2 instance. And AMI includes the following: one or more Amazon EBS snapshot, launch permission that control which AWS account can use the AMI to launch the instance, a block device mapping that specify which volumes to be attached to the instance when it is launched, which AWS service install, operates, and scale infrastructure for containerized application. And your options are Amazon Elastic Container Registry, that is Amazon ECR, Amazon Elastic Cache, Amazon Elastic Container Service, that is Amazon ECS, and the last one is Amazon Elastic Block Store, that is Amazon EBS. So the correct answer is Amazon ECS. It is a highly scalable, fast container management service that make it easy to run, stop, and manage container on a cluster. Which of the following are the characteristics of Amazon S3? And you have to select two correct answers. So first option is a global file system, an object store, a local file store, a network file system, a durable storage system. The correct answer is option B and option E. So Amazon S3 is a durable object storage service. State whether statement is true or false. Amazon Elastic Block Store, that is Amazon EBS, volumes are encrypted by default. So the correct answer is false because encryption on Amazon EBS volumes is optional. What does AWS Marketplace allow users to do? And you have to select two correct answers. Your options are sell unused Amazon EC2 spot instance, sell solution to other AWS user, buy third-party software that run on AWS, purchase AWS security and compliance document. And the correct answer is option B and C. That is, AWS Marketplace provide the sales channel to sell software and solution to other AWS customer. You can use AWS Marketplace to deploy third-party software that run in AWS environment. What is the minimum AWS support plan that provide technical support through phone calls? And your options are Enterprise, Business, Developer, and Basic. The correct answer is Business. You can call or chat with technical support team by using the Business Support Plan or the Enterprise Support Plan. The Business Support Plan is the minimum plan that provide this feature. A company is migrating to the AWS cloud from on-premise data center and wants hands-on help with the project. How can the company get this support? And you have to select two correct answers. Your options are ask for a quote from a AWS Marketplace team to perform a migration into the company's AWS account, contact AWS training and open a case for assistance. Third one is use AWS professional service. Then you have select a partner from AWS Partner Network, that is APN, to assist with the migration. Use AWS Connect to create a new request for proposal, that is RFP, for expert assistance in migrating to the AWS cloud. Correct answer is option C and D. You can use AWS Professional Service to migrate your on-premise application to AWS Cloud. Apart from that, you can also take help from APN partners. Which AWS tool or feature compare prices of different services, create a rough estimate of the total monthly cost and export the estimate to a .csv file. And your options are Cost Explorer, AWS Price Calculator, Consolidated Billing, AWS Budget. The correct answer is AWS Pricing Calculator. User can explore AWS services and create an estimate for the cost of their use case. Users can model their solution before building them, explore the price point and calculations behind the estimates, and find the available instance type and contract terms that meet their needs. A company wants to deploy a stateless application where occasional downtime is acceptable. What is the most affordable Amazon EC2 pricing option available for this use case? And your options are on-demand instance, reserved instance, on-demand capacity reservation, and last one is spot instance. The correct answer is spot instance because it provides discount of up to 90% off on-demand pricing. Spot instances are suitable for workload that can accommodate occasional downtime. How can consolidated billing with AWS organization help lower overall monthly expenses? And your options are by providing a consolidated view of monthly billing across multiple accounts, by pooling usage across multiple accounts to achieve a price tier discount, by automating the creation of new account through API, by leveraging service control policies for centralized service management. The correct answer is option B. Some AWS services are priced in tier, which specify unit cost for defined amount of AWS usage. As your usage increase, your usage cross threshold amount into the increasing price tier that specify lower unit cost for additional usage in a month. Your AWS usage is measured monthly. And to ensure the usage, AWS treat all account in an organization as a single account. And remember, members' account do not reach tiers threshold individually. Instead, all usage in the organization is aggregated for each service, which ensure faster access to lower price tiers. Each department within a company has its own independent AWS account and its own payment method. The company needs to centralize department governance and consolidate payment. How can the company achieve these objectives? By using AWS services or feature. And your options are use AWS Cloud Map on each department account, create an organization in AWS organization with all features enabled within one account, invite all accounts to join the organization, use AWS System Manager Ops Center, use AWS Cost and Usage Report page of the AWS Billing and the Cost Management Console. The correct answer is option B, that is, AWS organization provides centralized governance and billing for an account environment including multiple accounts. A company must meet compliance and software licensing requirement that states a workload must be hosted on a physical server. Which Amazon EC2 instance pricing option will meet this requirement? And your options are dedicated host, dedicated instance, spot instance, and reserved instance. The correct answer is dedicated host. An EC2 dedicated host is a physical server with EC2 instance capacity that is fully dedicated to your use. Elastic load balancing allows you to distribute traffic across which of the following, and your options are only within a single availability zone, multiple availability zone within a region, multiple availability zone within and between regions, multiple availability zone within and between region, and on-premise virtualized instance running OpenStack. And the correct answer is multiple availability zone within a region. The elastic load balancing service allows you to distribute traffic across a group of Amazon Elastic Compute, that is Amazon EC2 instance, in one or more availability zone within a region. You're responsible for the application logging solution for your company's existing application that is running on multiple Amazon EC2 instances. Which of the following is the best approach for aggregating the application logs within the AWS? And your options are Amazon CloudWatch Custom Matrices, Amazon CloudWatch Log Agent, an Elastic Load Balancing Listener, an internal Elastic Load Balancing Load Balancer. The correct answer is Amazon CloudWatch Log Agent. You can use Amazon CloudWatch Log Agent installer on an existing Amazon EC2 instance to install and configure the CloudWatch Log Agent. Which of the following must be configured on an Elastic Load Balancing load balancer to accept incoming traffic? And your options are a port, a network interface, a listener, and instance. And the correct answer is a listener. You must configure load balancer to accept incoming traffic by specifying one or more listener. How long does Amazon CloudWatch keep metric data? And your options are 1 day, 2 days, 1 week, or 2 weeks. And the correct answer is 2 weeks. So Amazon CloudWatch metric data is kept for 2 weeks. Which of the following are the minimum required elements to create an auto-scaling launch configuration? And your options are launch configuration name, Amazon machine image and an instance type, launch configuration name, AMI, instance type and key pair. Launch configuration name, AMI, instance type, key pair, and security group. And the last one is launch configuration name, AMI, instance type, key pair, security group, and block device mapping. The correct answer is option A. You only need launch configuration name, AMI, and instance type to create an auto-scaling launch configuration. Identifying a key pair, security group, and a block device mapping are optional elements for an auto-scaling launch configuration. Your web application frontend consists of multiple Amazon EC2 instances, and all these instances are behind an elastic load balancer. You have configured the load balancer to perform health check on these Amazon EC2 instances. If an instance fails to pass the health check, which statement will be true? The instance is replaced automatically by the load balancer. The instance is terminated automatically by the load balancer. The load balancer stops sending traffic to the instance that failed its health check. And the last one is the instance is quarantined by the load balancer for root cause analysis. The correct answer is option C. When Amazon EC2 instance fail the requested number of consecutive health checks, the load balancer stops sending traffic to the Amazon EC2 instance. In the basic monitoring pack for Amazon Elastic Compute Cloud, that is Amazon EC2, what Amazon CloudWatch matrices are available? And your options are web server visible matrices such as number of failed transaction requests, operating system visible matrices such as memory utilization, data visible matrices such as number of connection, and the last one is hypervisor visible matrices such as CPU utilization. And the correct answer is option D. Amazon CloudWatch matrices provide hypervisor visible matrices. So, ladies and gentlemen, this marks an end to our today's AWS Certified Solution Architect practice question and answer session. And I would like to inform you that we have recently published our courses on Skillshare, Udemy, and Tutorial Point. I would request you all to go and check out our courses on these platforms, and I'm sure these courses will elevate your technical skills to a next level. You can try Skillshare because it is free for initial 1 month if you subscribe with our referral link, and the link is provided in the description. So ladies and gentlemen, this marks an end to our today's session, and I would like to say a big thank you for watching this video, and I would request you all to do subscribe to our channel and hit the like button because this will improve the overall rating of our video in YouTube algorithm. Once again, thank you so much for joining today's session.